So a lot of YouTube gurus have been feeding you the same recycled lies for years. And I used to buy into it too. I used to obsess over my click-through rate. I used to consistently post at the same time every week. I used to cram my face into every YouTube thumbnail I made and 1,000 other things. And you know what happened? Nothing. Like an embarrassing amount of nothing. And so now that I'm fortunate enough to be on the other side, I've realized a lot of the advice these gurus preach is outdated, misleading, or just plain dumb. So let's go over 10 massive YouTube lies keeping your big lie. YouTube gurus love screaming about
your click-through rate, your average view duration. Increase these metrics, you'll get a ton of views.
Which all makes perfect sense until you post a video that has a high click-through rate and a high average view duration and it doesn't get any views. For example, here's a real small channel with one video that has over a 16.7% click-through rate. Sounds pretty high, right? Well, that video got 67 views. Meanwhile, another video on that exact same channel has a click-through rate of just 8.7% and yet has over 3,000 views. And to make things even more confusing, our 67 view video has an average view duration, so how long people watch the video for, of 2 minutes and 30 seconds, while our 3,000 view video has an average view duration of 1 minute and 39 seconds. In other words, the video with the lower click-through rate and the lower average view duration has 40 times more views. How is this possible when YouTube gurus keep telling you a high click-through rate and average view duration is the secret to getting millions of views? Well, let me jump over to my very high-tech studio and show you. So let's say you post your first video here. Now, YouTube first is going to predict and test this video with a small audience of people. Let's say it's 1,000 people who've already subscribed to you or watched some of your videos in the past. And fortunately for you, this new video resonates really well with this initial 1,000 people. 15% of them click, that's your click-through rate, meaning 15% of 1,000, you get 150 views. But this is where things now get a bit complicated because YouTube now promotes your video to a larger audience of, let's say, 100,000 people. But it's not going to give your video to all 100,000 people initially. It's going to start by testing with a small segment of that audience. Let's say it's like 100 people. And this is where things go to hell for your new video. See, let's say only 2% of this test 100 viewer segment actually click on your video. So that's 2 more views for you. But because the response to your video is so terrible, so few people clicked on it, YouTube's like, nope, and stops promoting that video entirely. The video dies. And so your final stats for this video are you got 1,100 total impressions. That's how many people the algorithm showed your video to. From those impressions, you got 152 views. And so your click-through rate ends up being about 13.8%. Sounds like a great click-through rate on paper, but in reality, you're stuck at 152 views and the algorithm is ghosting you harder than your last Tinder match. So now let's look at a different scenario, second video. So same process occurs. Let's say you get your initial